Chris.
Hey, Troy.
Hey y'all.
Hey, give me a rundown. How are you feeling?
Not great.
What's going on?
Breath is still real
Shallow
challenging.
breath again, right?
So I'm sorry, say that again.
You said real shallow breath, right?
Real shallow
Like
and
losing your breath.
Just feels like 50% breath or something. And so I did the things last week and tried Litsia cubea and lemongrass and lovage like on the arms and legs a lot, and then I did the lovage all over the body, and I felt like a little bit more relaxed and stuff, but I didn't notice like the breath.
It didn't change
improved.
anything, right? No. And you haven't taken your blood pressure or your pulse or anything like that, have you?
I have not.
You get real winded like going upstairs?
Not super bad. I think I mentioned last time I started jogging a couple of weeks after I had COVID, and I was just curious if like playing my trombone and like going running might, help get things going again.
The trombone especially, I mean, the running would help, but especially even the trombone where you're really having to work your lungs and everything. But you don't seem to be responding to anything. So let's do this. Let's talk about some of the oils that you have. Do you happen to have lemon?
Yes.
Do you happen to have bitter orange?
I think I have orange. I don't think I have bitter orange.
You don't have bitter orange. Okay. It might have been in a class like a really long time ago, but I couldn't tell you what.
I can look through.
Okay. If you have the bitter orange, mix them 50-50 with the lemon, and if not, just do the lemon. And then the other thing that I would probably add to that is you have any form of petitgrin. It's been in a few classes. I mean, it still might just be something small, but you probably have something somewhere.
I have petitgrin.
Yeah. So let's have you do like the lemon and the petitgrin, and if you have the bitter orange, mix them like in thirds. Mix it up pretty good, and then put it in either alcohol or like a lotion and kind of rub it on the body, especially the torso. You could do it that way, or the easier way would just take, mix it together and then take like maybe three drops or so in water and just drink it.
Okay.
I'd almost prefer that you did it internally versus topically, but I was just still giving you the option.
Okay.
So if this does diminish it, like some of the symptoms, it will mean that it's more circulatory than respiratory. And so I think we need to treat it and just see, like, it could be like lymphatic system and lymph nodes have gotten really congested and has thrown off some of your circulatory movement and everything. And then when you go to breathe and exercise or do whatever you're doing, you're just not getting that full breath. I mean, that can happen. And so it's very common for people to have like a little bit of brain fog afterwards, but like some of the people where some of the symptoms are lingering, I really think it's part of the effects on the lymphatic system, the lymph nodes, and things like that. And lymphatic system, we think of inflammation. We also think of immunity, but the lymphatic system is also a big part of the cardiovascular system. And so it's tied to your circulation and the way things move in the body, and it carries hormones. And let's treat it for a few days and see how this works. You already got all the stuff with you, so it's not like you're having to reach out to do something. Work with what you got there, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah. maybe like do it for like a day or two and then like email and let me know just even how you're doing in like 48 hours.
Okay, at info at Plant Prana.
Yeah, Plant Prana Oils. So I'll type it in. So you can do info at Plant Prana Oils or Plant Prana Calendar at gmail.com.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're not responding to any of the, I mean, some of the respiratory things I think have gotten better, but like when you start having situations where, okay, you're just not responding to any of the treatments, you know, we might be targeting the wrong system. You know, it makes sense to target the system because of the, you know, the COVID and all that, but you know, the thing with COVID is one of the byproducts also was there was like, you know, the clotting and things that were happening in people's lungs and in different parts of the body. And so it doesn't mean that you have clots or anything. It just means that there's something weird about that virus that impacts the circulation. And my guess is it's lymphatic more than just the circulation, you know, hard to say. But let's treat it like what we see as far as symptoms and like kind of let go of the COVID thing and just go, okay, if a person came and their body was doing this, what we do is we'd start looking at lymphatic stuff and potentially circulatory issues. And so there's stronger ways of doing this, but it's a bit more specific, and let's just do this as a good general way to treat it.
Okay, I'll start with that. I've physically I experienced like most of the sensation like in the diaphragm.
Yeah.
And it just is, it's really intense. It's like there all the time. And I do, you know, pH and go in and clear out and work all around there. And it's just like
You're doing the diaphragm, or you're doing where you're targeting?
solar plexus, spleen, liver, like just the whole.
Do the front heart and the bottom part of the lungs. And like a lot of times what happens when you work on the heart, like do the front heart and the back heart, but a lot on the front heart, because again, you're potentially dealing with heart function and circulation, but also just how the thoracic cage like moves. And as you unwind the front heart, you're doing something to the nervous system that allows the diaphragm to release. And so what oil were we using for that? Give me just a second here. Let me look something up. You have that Litsea cubeba?
Yes.
Okay, that same pattern that I was talking about for the tuberose for Deborah. So front heart, back heart, forehead, back head. But for you, the emphasis is going to be more on the front heart. Like, so the front heart, like, you know, 60 breathing cycles. And then the back heart, forehead, back head, do like 15 breathing cycles, and then maybe repeat it once or twice.
Okay.
Let's have you do that before even the end of the session. That way you can kind of come back and let me know how you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see how that is. That'll tell me something, that help me take the next step, and we'll address it before we take off tonight.
Okay, I'll do that. Can I ask you one